Well, like normal, I forgot to turn the camera on when I poured the mushroom jar, and I took it out. Here's the mushroom jar, the lid. It has little designs on it. I hope you can see it. And then the bottom. Really cute, I think. But boy, I'll tell you what, it is a pain to demold. That mold, you pour the bottom, you pour it like this, and this is the top of the mold right here. So you're pouring in. But when you go to take it out, holy smokes, what a job that is. But now I know, of course, I don't have to put so much of a bottom on it. So hopefully it will be a little easier next time to get it out. But the top still has to be quite deep, because it's the lip that holds the jar lid on. So anyway, my next one will be a little different. Plus I'm going to get another mold for a jar that is, the sides are straight up and down, but it's faceted on the sides, and then the lid is faceted. So that one should be a little easier to demold, as they say. So what I am doing now is I am cleaning off the paint around the holes in the dice, and I don't even know if I showed you how I did that. Pretty sad on my account. I lose track of what I wanted to do and stuff, but I use the paint pens. This one here is just about out, but I will show you what I do. Let me get my eyes on and turn the camera down just a little bit here. And with a paint pen, the dot, go in and squeeze it. So that's how I do all the dice. I've got some coming. It's called ball ends, but they're for paint. Let me get the camera back up here. There is a way of painting now that it's beautiful, but it's all dots, all different size dots, all different size colors and circles, and those things that they use to put the dots on the paper, I'm going to try and see if they'll work in the dominoes. I saw one person do that on YouTube, and it really looked nice. They use the thicker acrylic paints like I do, or like the pens are. I mean, they're a thick acrylic paint. So I'm going to try that. They're going to be here today, but I don't have any dominoes to to try on. But anyway, I'm going to continue doing what I do on these for the paint, and I'll set the camera down and show you what I do, and I just use my thumbnail for doing it. Okay, let me get everything set up for you. All right. Okay. When I do the paint, a lot of times it comes up on the top, little spots around the holes, and I just use my thumbnail and scrape it off. And I'm doing all the holes before I do the lines that are in between the numbers. Just because I don't want everything, having to do everything at the same time. So, and it's a little different doing the lines, and that's, you see there's the lines. It's a little different, a little harder, and there's also a size of the dot paint that they say fits that real well. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll get here. The mail don't come real early. Comes around noon. If you don't have a thumbnail, that you can use a popsicle stick, and does the same thing. To me, it's just a little faster to use my thumbnail. All right, and that's the name of that tune, as they say. Let me get the camera set back up real quick. Okay, as you can see, it takes a while to get these done. My wife always tells me I'm a perfectionist, and it has to be just so, and I guess it is. But I'm gonna sell these things. I've also got a mold coming that will make a box for the dominoes. So I will have the mold, or I will have the box and the dominoes as a one thing for being resale. So hopefully I can get some sales on that. The dominoes, I think the colors, everything, I think they're just beautiful. I just wish I could really, I just hoping, I haven't been able to see it on my video processor, but hopefully this stuff comes out, and I can also zoom into it, so I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it. And this set of dominoes is the best. I've got another set that I've done, and they were black. I still have to get the lines put in white. But I goofed up, and I tried adding a little more resin, and these were too dry, so it left kind of a little squiggle mark on the top. So like I said, it's not what I want. I'll probably sell this set as a little cheaper than I would the other sets. Sorry, I keep wandering off with my mind here as I'm doing something else. I gotta remember, I gotta stay on task here. So what I gotta do is I gotta change the paper on my my leveling table here. I got a small leveling table, and I use wax paper to cover it. I don't know if I told you that before or not, but I use regular wax paper you get for your wife gets for your cookies and stuff. So this is what I snitched my wife's, and she caught me. So that says, "You got my wax paper." I said, "Yeah, I do." Okay, let me stop babbling here. I got set up for doing the paint. I'll do the painting on all the blue first, and then I'm going to switch over and do the blacks. So let me get going. Okay, I decided that I'm going to try doing the lines with a toothpick. I've done a few of them, but for a guy with one eye and that shakes a lot, this is quite a job. Well, got all the lines in the blue. Now I gotta do is the lines in the black. One thing I found out though is don't be afraid to use some paint on the toothpick. The more I did it, the easier it got and faster it went. So everything is, pretty much practice, trial and error when you've never done it before. And even when you watch YouTube and see how somebody does something, it's still not the same as doing it yourself. You can say there's been some things, not of this stuff, but I've gone to YouTube for advice, and wow, that looks pretty easy, and get out there to do it, and it's not that easy. So, but anyway, big thing is take your time on this stuff. Don't be afraid to use too much. Don't be afraid to get it over on the side, because once it dries, you just clean it off with a popsicle stick. As you can see, I've got my door open. It's a beautiful day, except for it's raining, but it's cool. So I got my door open in my shop. But anyway, the more you do, seems to me, the better you get, of course. So I'm just tickled about this mushroom jar. I'm just really, really happy with it. And those will be some things that I do, you know, in different different colors and all that. I think they'll sell. So right now I'm just gonna stop everything right here, and we'll pick it up probably tomorrow. Alrighty? Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do today is I have started with, this is a little tray. Of course, it's poured upside down. When it comes out with the bottom and then this ridge around it. But what I'm going to do is I have already poured around the edge here a real thin layer of clear resin. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go around and I'm going to put seashells. Hope you can see them. I'm going to put seashells all the way around. I'm going to glue them in all the way around the border. And then I'm going to put a clear epoxy over top of that. And I'm going to fill it almost covering them all, but not quite. I'm going to leave a few of them so they're sticking above the white, or the clear I should say. And then I'm going to finish it with a blue tinted resin. Not blue, you know, it's I've got one that's called aquamarine, and it depends on how many drops you put in and how dark it gets, but I want it to look like water, ocean, you know. So that's what I'm going to do today. Well, I'm going to do the shells, and then the next layer of clear, and that will have to cure, and then tomorrow I can come back and put the blue on. So let me get the camera set up, and you'll see that I've got excuse me, I've got another mushroom mold. It's curing over here. So let me get the camera set up and we'll get going on this. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the shells out. I'm going to lay them in it. Well, once again, I believe I forgot to turn the camera on. I get so involved in what I'm going to do. But, I'll have to point the camera back down and show you what I did. Golly, I hate that when I do that. But I guess it's part of getting old. I guess. But anyway, I got them in there. I'm gonna looks like they're all nice and solid. I use the gel super glue because it gives just a hair bit longer time to move something real quick than the liquid. The liquid, it's once you touch it, it's there. So what I got to do now is I got to mix up. I don't know how much I want to mix. Probably an ounce. Pour it in and see where it goes after that. And I can always make more, but I hate making too much and wasting it, because that stuff, it's not bad, but it's not cheap. And when you're doing big stuff like the mushrooms, it takes a lot real fast. You drain it real fast. Anyway, let me get everything set up, and I'll do the 1 ounce and get it all mixed up, and we'll go from there. All right.